Hello again, folks. So last weekend I was hanging out with a buddy and we were playing some ping pong and chatting, and he got around to asking about stamps. And specifically why I collect stamps. And I gotta tell you, my answer was lame. Maybe I was focused on ping pong, maybe that's what it was. But as I was, sharing why I collect stamps, I realized I was sounding really defensive, as if I needed to somehow justify myself to my buddy. And as I got to thinking about it, I realized there's a lot to discuss and a lot to share about why I collect stamps. And I think that's why my answer was so lame. I just kind of was all over the place, like a little of this, little of that. And so I thought that I would put together a video discussing why I collect stamps. And in the comment section below, please feel free to share your own personal reasons. There's a lot of reasons why. It's such an enjoyable hobby. And so I'm going to share a few of mine, and please feel free to share yours too. And while I'm chatting about it, I thought I would open this little package that arrived. And in the interest of full disclosure, I have no idea what is in this package. It arrived in the midst of our busy season with youth sports and planting vegetables and all the rest of it. And I tossed it in my inbox and promptly forgot about it. So I just discovered it, and yeah, we'll see what's in here. But first, about stamps themselves, the first thing, and I know I've shared this on the channel before, is my grandfather collected stamps. And I got the bug from him. I grew up knowing that he cared a great deal about stamps, and so I think that imprinted on me a love for these things. And so when I am collecting, I am thinking about him, and it is a connection to something that he cared a great deal about, and he cared a great deal to me. So first and foremost, that's why I started collecting. As I started collecting, I realized that stamps combine two of my favorite things, which are art and history. Stamps are just such a connection to a very personal moment in somebody's life, and I love that. I love the stories that they tell. I love the stories that I imagine from postal history. I also love collecting stuff. I am just somebody who has always collected things, and I find meaning from them, and I enjoy the thrill of the chase. I enjoy looking for things in random places, and so the act of collecting has always been something I cared a great deal about. And here's to whoever shipped this. This is very well packaged. I wrote my name on it, so I'm going to pull it off camera. Oh, this is a nice little set. So it's about collections, right? It's about putting together a collection that you care about. But stamps are different in that, yes, it's about a collection, and it's about collecting stuff, but it's also a hobby. It's a pastime. With stamp collecting, there's an endless list of projects that you can take on. That involve you spending time with your stamps and learning and enjoying. And when I'm working on one of my stamp projects, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not thinking about the stress at the job. I'm not thinking about expectations or things I have to do. I'm simply in the flow of that project. And I think that is such a relaxing endeavor and such a key part of me managing kind of the stressors of day-to-day life. And that is a really essential and important part of why I collect stamps, because when I'm sorting them or when I'm embarking upon some sort of new stamp related project, it's a flow experience. I'm out of my day-to-day stressors, and I'm just in the moment enjoying my stamps. And so that's a really key part as well. When you're, working on your album and you finish a page or you finish a set, there's a sense of accomplishment to it too. It's such a joy to see your album fill up, or a page within it to fill up with stamps that you put together. That's such a joy. That's such a sense of accomplishment to that. And so, it's a collection, it's a hobby, it's a pastime. And then it's also a community. And especially as I've developed this YouTube channel, it's an opportunity to connect with people from across the world. We all have stamps and we all have the ability to collect them. And I think it crosses borders, and it allows us to connect on something we all share in common. And, these little pieces of paper tell our country's and our culture's history. And so they are personal items that we can all share and enjoy. And then the last piece, which is far and away the distant last reason I collect, is they are valuable. I don't collect stamps for monetary reasons, but they do have value. And I know that my collection is increasing in value as I build it. But that is not my primary focus by any means. And I'm sure I spend more on stamps than they are worth. And that is worth it for me because of all of the reasons I have outlined here. Well, I said I was going to focus on this stamp, so let me, I can't remember if this was a Mint Never Hinged or if this was, it sure looks like a nice... This might have actually been a gap in my book that I filled. Look at that. Never hinged. Very nice. That's a beautiful looking stamp. Oh, that is just post office fresh. I like that a lot. And, oh, that one has a hinge remnant on it. Still a nice stamp, though. So there you go. That is a little mail day combined with a quick explanation for my buddy and others about why I collect. I absolutely love this hobby, as you've probably seen on my channel so far. It is a connection to my grandfather. It's combines some of my favorite things. It's a collecting stuff thing. It's a collections, which I love to do. It's a hobby full of projects that allow me to relax and just get into the flow of an enjoyable activity. And it's a sense of community because I can connect with people from across the world. So there you go. That's a little better explanation of why I collect stamps. And please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below, sharing your reasons for enjoying this pastime. And with that, if you like today's video, please do like it and subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal to me. Until next time, take care.